All right, hello and welcome to this video on tape reading for, well, actually it's a tape reading tutorial for futures, but it applies for stocks too. So we've got a little higher high here. This is the point. You can see the blue line. Question is, will it continue to follow through to the upside or to the downside? And the market's moving faster than I can talk, so you can already kind of see what's happening. But in real life, I got started talking here a little bit late, how would you determine that? That's one of the big questions. Whenever you talk to a trading teacher, you should always ask them the question of, well, how do I determine whether, this is going to happen or that's going to happen? Tell me specifically, tactically, exactly, specifically, give me the rules. So here's one of the rules that I use. I bring up a time and sales window, which you see on the right side of the chart there. And with that, you can actually see each order that comes through the market. So now we are seeing not just the volume histogram at the bottom, which is limited. That shows you the total number of, in this case, contracts, because we're looking at the NQ, the NASDAQ 100 futures. But we're actually seeing each order and the volume of each order. Now, I've got that customized so that I don't see any orders less than 5 contracts. I am not interested in anybody trading 1, 2, 3, or 4 contracts. So I've gone and filtered those out, and you can talk to your software broker or your software providing company about how to do that, if they allow that, so forth. This is NinjaTrader 7. And they do allow you to do that. So I'm only interested in a little bigger orders. I'm not interested in the amateurs here. That really means nothing to me whatsoever. So I want to filter them out, and I do. So I'm only looking at trades for 5 contracts or more. And even there, obviously, you're going to get some amateurs. But as you can see, when we had the little breakout there, and this is a big problem, right? False breakouts. How do we determine whether it's going to be a false breakout or if that breakout is going to follow through to the upside? So this is one of the solutions. This is one of the how-tos, is by bringing a time and sales window and looking at, all right, what is the dominant direction, or I should say the direction of the dominant energy of the market. And this is not bids or asks, by the way. You can also put bids and asks in there. You see the bids and asks at the top. I really couldn't care less about the bids and asks. It means nothing to me. So I filter those out as well. And I only look for the actual orders, the commitment of the money that the market participants are putting in, because that I know they're serious about. Bids and asks can be pulled, and they can game the market that way. So therefore, that's meaningless to me. No, I want to know, talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. Bids and asks are talk, and actual orders being filled, that's actions. So that's what I want to see. And as you can see, it dominates the red here, and it has ever since the breakout. And, we've got some decent-sized orders, nothing real big right here now. But at least, these are not people who are just trading with, the very minimum accounts available. That's not going to be your smart money people. We want people who have decent-sized trading accounts and therefore can afford to trade 5 contracts. And remember, when they're trading 5 contracts, that might not just mean that they're trading 5 contracts on that trade. They might be sizing in. So they're trading, 5 contracts, and then they get in with another 7, and then another 8, etc. So keep that in mind as well. It doesn't mean that their whole position is 5 contracts. So that's part of the reason that I do that. And anyway, the market's still going down here, so let's take let's just stop here. We've already seen this false breakout, and let's stop here and look at another example. Okay, so now we are coming down. You see the blue line below us, and so that's support. And so now the next question is, well, is the market going to hold that support and bounce off, or is it going to break through? Well, again, the market's moving pretty fast. Look at the time and sales window and all the red orders there. In fact, we have block orders. If you notice, this says block. Okay, so anything that's over 20 contracts, I designate as a block order. And that just means, okay, those are really big orders. And in the S&P, I'll usually use 100 contracts or sometimes 50. Anyway, we broke through that support. That's why that blue line went away, because my support resistance levels like that are automated. And so therefore that support level no longer exists. And you can see that, yeah, sure enough, we broke down below that. And you can tell that because with price bars alone, you may not be able to see that. It might be unclear. But when you look at the time and sales window, you can say, oh, okay. So not only do we have a lot of sell orders, but there's big volume in each one of those orders. And we had those, what I call block orders. And look again, still red, red, red. There's another block order that's coming through at 25. We're in another support level. And let's see what happens here. Another, now there, oh, now we're getting some green block orders. 37, 20, 10, 38. And so we're getting some big orders, more green orders coming through. And so see, now the market goes back up. It technically, basically no more block orders on the green side, the buy side. And so the market's not really breaking through that support level. It's got a little below it, a few, ticks or whatever. But yeah, we're holding it, holding that level. We got some buying coming in here, some accumulation coming in. Hasn't really pushed the market back up yet, but we are indeed seeing lots of buying, lots of buying, lots of buying, large orders coming in. You're always going to get buying and selling because it takes two, takes both to make a market. Obviously, every time somebody buys, someone else has to be selling, and someone selling, they've got to buy. And so there we go. Okay, now, by the way, when it's light green like that in the time and sales, that means people are actually overpaying a little bit. And that's a sign that either they're getting a little slippage or they're just being real aggressive on the buy side. And when it's magenta, then it's they're being a little aggressive on the short side, or they're getting some slippage there. So, and there we go. So you'll notice it doesn't happen necessarily right away on the spot at the moment, but when that's what's called accumulation. That's what's called accumulation. People are taking positions, they're building long positions. And then we got another block order at 27. And so, that's the smarter money, so to say. And we're back above that, what was a support level now, and we are coming back up. And that accumulation now has turned into an actual reversal of the market direction. So that's how to do tape reading. That's your tape reading tutorial for futures. And this is basically what I do, and watch for it. And especially at support resistance levels, this is how I primarily use it, at support resistance levels and at swing highs and swing lows, to determine whether the market will follow through, whether breakouts will follow through, or whether they would fail, and if support resistance levels are going to hold, or if the market's going to fly right through them. So if you like this video, please understand that, sure, it's free, but if you got value from it, you actually have a moral obligation to pay it forward by clicking on that beautiful little share button below. And if you do that, it's a spiritual thing, because you know what? We assume everything's so free on the internet, but really, if you found something good, really you should pay it forward, just as it's good karma. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please click the thumbs up icon and leave a comment, because I love your comments. They actually encourage me to create more free tutorials for you. I do them every week, and I'm motivated. I don't make money off of doing these, but when I get good comments back, then it encourages me to continue on. Also, I'm giving away my rubber band trade strategy. Now, this is a complete trading strategy that has a very high win-loss ratio. And it's a simple trade. I'm going to teach you the whole thing with all the rules, all the filters, everything, so you can start trading it yourself. And it comes in a video that's about 26 short minutes. So get my rubber band trade strategy absolutely free by clicking on the image in the top right-hand corner or the description below the video. And if you're not watching on YouTube, there is probably a link below or an opt-in form on the side. Once you do that, I will personally email the video to you with the rubber band trade strategy.